Hi everyone, let me turn off this TV. You know how it is when we got something going on TV and you're trying to do a video for YouTube, they can actually block your videos, so you have to be very wary of what's your environment around you is, because you know it could get your videos deleted, blocked, or whatever, demonetized. Excuse me. How's everyone doing? I know it's been a while since my last video, and I did post a video that I was gonna start doing paranormal exploring, haunting explorings in abandoned places and stuff, and we actually went out. Excuse me. We actually went out a couple of places, and I really got to learn how to hold my phone and do a video properly. You know, like just trying to get this here centered. Anyways, and I did the videos, but looking at the videos, they didn't look good at all. Like I said, I got to learn how to get used to the fact that I got a camera, and wherever I'm looking, I got to reposition my camera to what my eyes are seeing. There's so much to like doing YouTube than you can imagine. I mean, if you're not used to it, then it's going to be a hell of a hard time to transition into that. Anyways, I'm back because you see my super duper long hair. I just got out of the bathtub, and you wouldn't believe it, but before, when I had short hair, I take a shower or a bath, and when it's drying, like as soon as it comes out of the towel, my hair would puff right up, like you wouldn't believe. So I figured, you know, let it grow. So my hair's down to my butt now. And I went and purchased this little beaut. Now I wanted to do a video. It's a hair straightener. It's a brush one. The name of this, what is the name? Simply Straight. That's what it's called. That's the name of the brush. So let's turn her on. And then when you turn her on, you go all the way up to 450 Fahrenheit. So we're just going to let that sit for a bit. And as you can see, I already got my hair split in the middle. I actually bought this brush back in December. January or December. And yeah, I have no complaints over it whatsoever. But we're gonna witness exactly how fast this sucker can work. It's up to 200 Fahrenheit. Give it another couple more minutes, or a minute. It just takes about a minute or two to actually heat up. That's the great thing about that brush. There are many other brushes that can do the job that this does. I didn't like it at first because of the fact, you know, when you have a brush, you don't have like these very stiff. These are very stiff bristles, and I could feel the heat. It's up to almost 300. But yeah, it took me a while to get used to it, but really don't have any complaints. But I'm gonna start. Ooh, nice. I like the way that illuminates. 330, 340, 350, 360, 370. So it doesn't really take all that long to. Let me start off with my bangs. Yeah, it took me a while to get used to this brush, but I have another hair straightener I've had for, gosh, I don't know, 10 years, maybe longer. And she still works and all. It's just when I got this brush, $4.50. It really cuts out. With the other hair straightener, I swear it takes me 2 hours just to get my hair all fully straightened. I really like this brush though. At first I didn't think I would. I'm not liking the way this is bunched over on one side. You know, when I first got this, I did a video for Facebook because I'm so eager to show off my new hair straightener. So I did this Facebook video. People were like, "Oh, slower," because I was brushing it fast. I mean, I was just going, I was, you know, trying to get used to this brush. Sure enough, I went a little slower. I noticed the big change in the difference. I find it more useful when you pull your hair outwards like that. And let the brush do its job. And I did read the instructions on this, and one of the things it says is to make sure your hair is fully dried. Fully dried, because the chances of being electrocuted are greatly because you're using an electrical instrument, so. Electrical instrument. We don't think about those kind of things when you even have a regular straightener. And I know I'm one of those people that are guilty of doing the practice of trying to straighten my hair while it's wet. Never got electrocuted, but I used to say that somebody will put a plug in this socket and then put it on wet hair and get electrocuted. You know, it can happen. Have you noticed the difference already? I only paid $30 for this brush. There's this place at the mall. It's called Showcase. Showcase store is a store for items that are on, like you see in the advertisements. And a lot of people just didn't want to go through buying the items online. So they created a store to buy those items in person. I thought it was the best idea. They've been open for about 15 years, I think. In this area right here. It's a pretty grueling hot day out there today. Today is Saturday, July 24th or 25th. I think it's the 25th. It's like, last time I checked the weather, it said something like 29. Us Canadians, I don't think it's Fahrenheit that we deal with Celsius. Or I might have got that backwards. I'm not really educated with that kind of stuff, I guess. There's little things I don't really pay attention to. My son was telling me, you know how United States, when you hear the states, they say it's 104 degrees outside. So my son explained to me how to, I might be getting everything all backwards too. So he was telling me how you could determine exactly what that is in Celsius. I mean in Fahrenheit. Or what did they say, 104 Fahrenheit? And if it's well, anyways, he was saying from Canadian, from United States to Canadian, he says you want to find out the difference. There are always the same numbers but different names, like Fahrenheit and Celsius. So he's like, if you want to find out what it is in Canada, he says, so you take 104 that they say the weather is in the United States, go half, take 30 off, and that's what you will have in Canadian terms, weather. And I was like, oh, okay. So, he's a smart kid, but I wish I was that smart. I don't know where he gets his smarts from. So you see, been at this for 15 minutes. I got one side done. Always gotta check your monitor. Oops. Because there has been a couple of times where I was brushing away, noticing that there was no heat patterns to the hair. And looked at the brush. Noticed that I must have turned it off. There's no like sound or anything when you touch anything, except for that clicking noise. But you don't hear that, especially when you're brushing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm sitting at home in a nice, cool apartment. There we go. It's not easy with long hair. One big bottle of conditioner would last me, really large types will last me maybe 3 or 4 wash. Started growing my hair out back in, I think I started, 98, 99, somewhere around there, late 90s. Hmm. 450, it's still there. I think I'm just gonna have to go slower. Not easy being me. Ouch. I just touched my neck on the burner on this. Ah! There we go. Ouch. It's hot. The sides, they get really hot. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that it's slowly straightening out. Best $30 I ever invested in, really. Before, when I first started growing my hair, I wasn't into straightening or curling. I have natural curls. When I had shorter hair, I used to just, when I went for a wash, like if I took a bath or a shower, and when I came out, instantly, right away, didn't waste no time, I towel off my hair as much as possible, but then I put mousse in it right away, and the mousse just made it really curly. And on rainy days, oh my gosh, it looked like I had a perm. It was really nice. Don't get me wrong, I really did like it. But when the days that, like say the next day after, I would have to take, in other words, let me say it this way, I have to take a shower or a bath every day. And that would make like my dandruff so much worse. I don't like having dandruff. And coconut, I think it's called coconut butter or virgin oil, 100% or 100, no, what's it called, 100% virgin olive oil. One of those two, ouch, I would have to put on my scalp just to combat the dandruff. I find those two natural ingredients is the best thing instead of using like Head and Shoulders, because no matter what, your dandruff can come back. And you should never use other people's brushes, because if they have the fungus, and you brush your hair with their brush, then you're basically spreading the fungus over your own scalp. That's why I don't like anybody using my stuff. This. So how are you guys impressed with this yet? To this stage, it would, like I said before, it would take me about 2 hours using the other straightener. This is hot. Ow. It's time for a hair trim now. Every 5 years your scalp goes through a certain kind of transition. So you actually, your hair will grow every 4 years, and then the 5th year it'll stop growing. But one of the tricks, if you want your hair to grow fast, trim it. Now, about 5 years ago, I cut my hair about 5 inches off. Ow! Ow! Ooh! I do like this. 30 minutes already. And you could say it's straightening. But I like to be sure. There we go. And that's how fast it works. I'm not happy with this side yet.